Today on Santa Monica Update.
You've seen all the signs, you've heard all about it. The market is finally open, and I've got your inside look.
Maria DeCanay just bought a 4-person emergency kit for her parents. She says she already has one herself, but will feel better if she knows her parents are prepared in case of an emergency.
The Sustainable Santa Monica Student Poster Contest is back for a 3rd year. Coming up, we'll introduce you to the Kitty Kandinskys and adolescent Andy Warhols behind this year's winning entries.
We'll have these reports and more news from the city of Santa Monica coming up. I'm Gail Choice.
Santa Monica Update, your source for local news in Santa Monica. Santa Monica Update starts now.
Welcome to Santa Monica Update. The Santa Monica Farmers Market is much safer now with vehicle arresting safety nets in place. The markets also have barricades, improved signs, and a 9-foot clear zone in addition to the safety net system. The dragnet safety system being used at the farmers markets is used to stop runaway trucks in Wyoming, Hawaii, and Massachusetts. Michigan and New York also use the dragnet system to secure highway construction zones. Farmers market operations and access will not be affected by the new traffic control plan. You'll find the most up-to-date info on the Santa Monica Farmers Markets at smgov.net/farmers_market. The City of Santa Monica wants you to be and stay prepared during an emergency. So city officials are making it as easy as possible for folks to get all the supplies they need in one place. Yanna Kay has more.
I know that they have a few things at home, but they're scattered everywhere, so I just feel safe if they had everything they needed in one place, in one bag, that they could just carry out with them.
Emergency officials say you need to have at least 7 days of supplies on hand in case of an emergency. This way, they say, you'll be able to protect yourself and your family until help arrives. Now, at today's event, the City of Santa Monica is doing its part to help residents stay prepared. As part of their I've Got 7 emergency preparedness campaign, the Santa Monica Fire Department and the American Red Cross of Santa Monica put on this one-stop prep shop event to make it easier for folks to get all the necessary supplies in one place.
We have a responsibility to be prepared for ourselves, for our family, for our community, and it's not only is it the right thing to do, it's not that difficult, and we're trying to make it easier and easier for people to go ahead and take that step.
Dozens of folks came out to the Civic Auditorium to get their emergency kits, which include basic survival items such as water, food, flashlights, first aid kits, and other items. This woman is buying 3 kits, 1 for her house and 2 for her cars.
Definitely, with all the things that we've been seeing that have been happening, I think it's important, to be prepared now before anything happens and not afterwards, because, there might not be supplies by that point.
Supplies that can mean all the difference when disaster strikes. For Santa Monica City TV, I'm Yanna Kay.
To see if you have all the necessary items and for more information on emergency preparedness, go to santamonicafire.org. It's official. Parking structure number 6 on 2nd Street will be torn down next year and rebuilt to hold more than 400 additional vehicles. The improved building will have electricity generating solar cells, 30 electric car charging stations, and 90 bike parking spots. It will also feature a unique staircase on the western face of the building, which, it is promised, will show off one of the best ocean views in town. It's said that too many cooks spoil the broth, but when it comes to serving up a sustainable future, we all have to put on our aprons and take turns stirring the pot. Santa Monica's Sustainable City Plan is the recipe. To raise awareness of the plan, the Office of Sustainability and the Environment, Big Blue Bus, the Farmers Market, and Sustainable Works once again sponsored a kids' poster contest. This year's theme was sustainable food, and reporter Ned Rolsma was on hand to meet the grand prize winners.
The 3rd annual Sustainable Santa Monica Student Poster Contest showcased the artistic works of more than 600 of the city's Little Leonardo da Vinci's, middle school Monets, and teenage Tintorettos from grades K through 12. The poster contest is a creative way to raise awareness of Santa Monica's sustainable city plan. This year's contest theme, sustainable food, a concept that might be as abstract as some of the artwork. It's like, what is sustainable food? What's the whole idea?
Well, it's kind of hard to explain. It makes everything clean and healthy, and just so it's natural and not like going through all this process and not unhealthy.
Makes perfect sense so far, but perhaps a grown-up's perspective will help paint a clearer picture of this complex concept.
So when we're talking about sustainable food, we're talking about food that's healthy for people to eat. It's local, it's fresh, it's natural. We're talking about food that's grown in ways that protects the soil, protects the air, and protects the workers who grow it. And we're talking about food that generates revenue here in our local community and in the Southern California region.
The poster contest is a fun and exciting way to get youngsters to consider things about our food that they might not have before, like how what we eat makes its way from dirt to dinner table.
It's really important to give kids an opportunity to think about their food and to think about where their food comes from and to think about what their food does for them. This is what a potato looks like, and this is what I use to make a French fry. This is what a tomato looks like, this is where it grows, and that's where ketchup comes from. These are really critical systems for young people to see and experience and consume, because food tastes good.
This year's contest was bigger and better than ever, with hundreds of poster submissions coming in from 20 local schools. Fresh garden-grown fruits and vegetables cropped up as a common theme, probably inspired by those available at Santa Monica's world-famous farmers markets.
Most of the themes that we saw this year had a lot to do with gardens, and especially school gardens, because a lot of the schools in Santa Monica are really growing out of this school garden movement and teaching science-based education, nutritional education through the gardens at the schools. But having 4 amazing farmers markets every week, I mean, we just can't get any more lucky than that.
The final word on sustainable food comes from Grand Prize winner and Samo High senior Tessa Frankie, whose weekend farmers market experiences inspired her poster about the impacts of transporting food.
It means exactly what my poster says. I mean, growing and eating locally, and you know, it's not that hard to grow your own fruit, and it tastes so much better. And I think it's easy to make a trip down to the farmers market wherever you live. They're all over the place, and you know, buy a few things, and it can go a long way.
For Santa Monica Update, I'm Ned Rolsma.
Congratulations to all the pint-sized Picassos that entered the poster contest. Keep up the good work and keep going green. Harvard University has taken a good look at our city's high-speed fiber optic network known as Citynet. And now they're calling it one of the top 25 innovations in government. Highlighting outstanding examples of government innovation, the award honors Santa Monica for creating a network that is attractive to technology companies. Citynet supports existing businesses too by allowing them to access the leading edges of the nation's info superhighway. The buzz was in the air for over a year leading up to the opening of the new Santa Monica Place Mall. And many in Santa Monica awaited the opening of the market at Santa Monica Place. Well, I'm pleased to tell you the market is now open. Our Greg Goldner was there for the ribbon cutting, or rather it was a lasagna cutting. He has our first look inside this enticing collection of local purveyors.
The city of Santa Monica and its residents have always been about fresh and organic. And with the opening of the market at the Santa Monica Place Mall, they've taken it to a whole new level. As the crowd anxiously awaited the grand opening, they were treated to something pretty sweet, and not of the edible kind, although it did come from a chef.
You see me driving around town with the food I love. I'm gonna make soup, soup, ain't that some soup? Ain't that some soup? Though there's pain in my chest, it still tastes the best. Gonna make soup, soup.
Just as excited as the customers were to explore the market, the businesses were equally excited to greet them. We caught up with restaurateur Pierre Salvaggio, who told us why the market was a perfect fit for his business.
The sense of authenticity of the market is kind of translated into the concept that we try to bring in, which is, of course, the making of the pasta, and the serving of the pasta. And so it's the perfect place.
And while eating your way through the market sounds like the perfect Sunday to me, why not learn a few things while you're there?
We are a boutique baking and cooking school, and we are completely hands-on school, so everyone really gets their hands dirty and learns everything. We're really small, so we only allow 12 students in a class, so every student really gets a chance to learn everything that we do.
As we walked around, we caught up with one lady who was on a mission.
The guru cookies are out of this world, so I'm going to go and get some too.
Sounds like I need to meet this cookie guru and find out what makes her cookies so special.
I think the ultimate cookie has 3 components: crispy, chewy, gooey. And I believe I've captured all of that within my cookie.
They say first impressions are everything. So what do you guys think?
It's incredible. I'm bringing my 90-year-old mom.
This is a place where there's going to be a lot of life, where there's going to be a lot of excitement. And we look forward to that.
Excited to have it open. It looks great. We've been coming for a couple of weeks and have seen that it's opening today. So excited to come back, and little boy likes the free cake. So far so good.
There's been an excitement about this place opening up as a feature in the mall. And right now it's as good as it's ever been.
With Santa Monica Place opening up last August and the market recently opening its doors, this place is, well, as good as it's ever been. For Santa Monica Update, I'm Greg Goldner.
From coffee and treats to learning to bake gourmet sweets, the market has something for everyone and all ages. Whether you're making a special trip to the market or just happen to wander in, you're sure to leave with a smile on your face. For more information about the market, its purveyors, or anything else, check out their website at themarketsmp.com. The house which world-famous playwright Bertolt Brecht occupied during and after World War II has been designated a cultural landmark, a structure of great historical significance. Brecht lived and worked in Santa Monica for the duration of his stay in the U.S. Back then, his rent was $60 a month. Much of his work in this house resulted in plays that are still being produced around the world. The house at 1063 26th Street is an example of American four-square architecture. Cirque du Soleil will be wintering in Santa Monica next year. Their big top will be visible just north of the Santa Monica Pier from January 2nd through March 30th, 2012. The Cirque will bring out a new show, Ove, which takes place in the teeming and energetic world of bugs. For more info, you can go to CirqueDuSoleil.com. A cosmetology student at Santa Monica College has won a national competition for hairstyling. Pavos Oliveras was named the winner of the Junior Style Stars National Hair Competition on May 17th. Pavos, seen here, third from the left, won a cash award and other prizes for his entry. Another SMC student, Dominique Gagnon, also placed in the top 10. Congratulations to Santa Monica College and its talented students. Well, that's it for this edition of Santa Monica Update. Now stay tuned for Be Green, coming up next on CityTV. I'm Gail Choice. For all of us at CityTV, thanks for watching. Check it out at the Santa Monica Public Library. If you missed the one-stop prep shop or want more information on being prepared in case of an emergency, the library has items that can help. Covering emergencies that are caused by nature or man, there are such titles as Thinking in an Emergency, Just in Case, Family Disaster Preparedness and Terrorism Awareness, a DVD, and one from the popular guide series, The Complete Idiot's Guide to Disaster Preparedness. For these and other books, audiobooks, CDs, and DVDs, check out our online catalog at www.smpl.org.